as Infi has various options as well, is currently 3 farms, which usually indicates a very tech-heavy start. 2 farms, very creep-heavy. 2 farms is tech, 3 farms is creeping, 4 farms is expo. This is how you can memorize the builds. And FoCuS is trying to disrupt this. Trying to find the human who dodges this quite well. Wants level 2 immediately. And then the wolves say, I don't want to use any more time. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just start creeping ourselves. Wild Tekken, trying to get an advantage here. Archmage with the Scroll of the Beast. If he wants to go for a very dedicated push with level 2 Water Elementals, which he will reach at some point, this item could be perfect. Because it boosts everything. You have a lot of damage already. Thanks to Water Elementals and Archmage, of course. And everything is boosted by 25%. And burrows, as some people say, are made out of paper. I asked in the Discord for orc advice, no, for human advice. When Starbuck was playing Hawk the Sunday at the Back to Warcraft Weekly Cup. And this is what the answer was. Focus on the burrows. And this is pretty much what Infi is aiming for. But only with the strong water elementals. FoCuS is tech. Not done yet. Infi couldn't deny that footman anymore. The closer you get to level 2, the better it is, obviously. But here, having Chain Lightning as a nuke against footman water elementals is really, really nice, especially when you're playing around creeps a lot, because that is an instant nuke with no travel speed or projectile speed. So stealing creeps, as long as you have mana, can be really nice. I think this is already a win for FoCuS. Infi's goal was to creep to level 3. FoCuS shuts this down. With that, he shuts down the burrow push. With that, he probably shuts down the tier 2 building push. And Infi is down to a couple of footmen, but they're all over the place. Some are in the north, Water Elemental in the middle, the rest is on the left-hand side. No shop either, a couple of them hurt in the base. And FoCuS now has some time, and that's level 2. That's his TC, and that's his tier 2 production. I'm very pleased by FoCuS's maneuverment around the map.
A player's forces are under attack.
It is usually an arms race in human versus orc. Who gets the better second hero? Currently, FoCuS is still aiming for the level 3 Farseer. Infi goes for Panda. In a world where a Mountain King exists. Interesting. He really wants this tier 2 timing push, huh? But I think it's too late, isn't it? Headhunter's a bit hurt. Yeah, he wants that push. He wants to brute force this push. But the Archmage is well controlled at 50% already. He doesn't have any survivability. Water Elemental with the Scroll of the Beast, we talked about it. That is, of course, very, very powerful. But is that the one thing he can do? He's feeding level 3. The Panda is kind of surrounded by his own units. And the Kodo is coming early for the damage boost. And the Kodo is thirsty and the Panda is falling. And I think FoCuS is kind of ruffle stomping Infi. And Infi is of the same opinion. Great minds think alike. GG. What a sick early game control by FoCuS that was. It is understandable from Infi's position. He wanted that push at all cost. The early game build was tailored around it. The second hero was tailored around it. But FoCuS shut it all down one after the next, performing really, really well. Man, was that a hard counter. And that is a beautiful sign of a strong strategy on Infi's side, because we have seen this a lot. Archmage getting level 3 somehow on the map. There's lots of options how to accomplish that. And then you go for the base and you kick the burrows at the right time. But if you prevent level 3, you don't have the water elementals, you don't have the rest of the damage, and there you go. Infi has shown some comeback qualities though. Just because he's losing the first map doesn't mean that he's completely hopeless. The second map can change a lot already for the Iceman. FoCuS in his one-on-ones, he has defeated Soin 2-1. He was defeated by Lin 2-0. And just 2 days ago, he defeated Starbuck with 2-1. So while FoCuS wasn't able to take out Lin, the other two series were really, really strong. And if you say goodbye to the group stage with a 3-1 score, well then that is still a really, really good overachievement, I would say. Above average, right? Seeing how Starbuck is currently performing steaming hot, especially with the Pally Rifle in this matchup versus Orc. FoCuS being one of the first one to reliably counter it was a good sign from the Horde's perspective. Map 2. If FoCuS wins this, that is a very important point for Team Moon in the race for rank 2, or in the competition for rank 2. Currently, Team Moon is one series behind Team Fortitude. And we could then get Team Happy versus Team Fortitude in the first round of lower bracket. Lower bracket, I mean playoffs. Which is quite astonishing. Echo Owls, a classic! How do you play this? Apparently, not with an instant expansion. Altar points towards the north. Then this should be the first creep spot. You could play Mountain King. But Infi, not really a Mountain King player. Likes his Archmage after all these years and all the successes they celebrated together. Old man on the horse it is. And for FoCuS, there's no real reason to change anything, right? I mean, you could play Blade Master. He has been out of the box with that hero a little bit. Mirror Image, Headhunters. Especially on the map where there's a lot of creeps and a lot of claws. But no, never change the running system. Where are we going? He's aiming for the Merc camp? For an instant Shadow Priest, creeps in the north, and goes to farm? To farm Merc. Is it 2-farm tech, huh? Okay. Fast tech by Infi. That should give FoCuS an idea very, very soon. I'm not sure if he scouted any of it. I think the wolves stayed on the left-hand side. And for FoCuS, Definitely a bit troublesome seeing the Archmage on level 2 already, seeing the Shadow Priest. This is wonderful against wolves. You insta-dispel one, you kick the other. Makes it quite hard to prevent expansions. To prevent levels. And feeds the Archmage quite well. And then it is a rifle push. Infi could go 0-4 here today. On the last day of group stage. Certainly not a result that you expect from a first round pick. FoCuS, of course, seeing the level, seeing the merc. Should have figured this out by now. Maybe even scouted. I didn't check the blue dots on the map too much. Contesting the one big consumable on this map. With Chain Lightning, the last hit should go to FoCuS on the cost of mana. But Water Elementals, you don't want to expose your units too much to it. Ensnare is helping. Ah! Deny by Infi. Well done, well done, well done. This was certainly lacking on map 1. And... Huh. I'm not too sure how I like Infi's chances. Mountain King is coming. He's slightly ahead of the TC.
A player's forces are under attack.
But there's Chain Lightning. He can't get the Ogre, can he? Love the rifles. Oh, he can! He can because FoCuS undershoots, is forced into a TP, gets a rifle for his efforts. It's a big mana potion. Oh my god. What a huge, huge, huge drop that was. FoCuS shooting a bit too fast. And Infi surpasses him in levels, gets the level 3, rushes to the left-hand side. And might even be in time for the beast.
A player's forces are under attack.
Shouldn't work. This beastery is too far progressed. But gets the attention of the TC, which is creep speed. And in this arms race environment, this is certainly good. The big mana potion could be the game-winning item. We might look back to this encounter, to this last hit battle, when we see the first big fight.
A player's forces are under attack.
Archmage is being fed some items as well. Yeah, Infi is certainly turning it up. The question is it enough? Ring for the cow is wonderful. Claws on the ground. Scary. But yeah, Infi certainly knows what's up. He is on a timer. He's on one base. It's only quote-unquote rifles. And he knows what's up. The Orc is building an expansion. You gotta push it. And if that doesn't succeed, you fall off with that rifle caster build, as there's no breakers. But levels look good. We are very, very close to level 2 clap, which is a game-winning spell if you have it over Stomp, and the TC is actually far away. Infi is hitting a sharp timing, and I like it a lot. FoCuS got a heal scroll though, which he will need. Off we go. Clap to say hello. Only level 1 though, but to secure level 3. And this is now the weapon of mass destruction that we've seen many times in this matchup. Raiders falling, rifles falling. Love the little attention to the priest in the north. Headhunters are chasing deep to prevent healing and the spell at the same time. So wolves have a little bit of an uptime. And wolves are a good counter versus rifles, as long as they are not shot by water elementals. So this dynamic and this pressure on the priests, I appreciate a ton actually. Infi, no towers, but a shop is coming up. Trades rifles versus everything basically. This clap was glorious, gets 1 kill, 2 kills, soon to be 3, 4. And FoCuS seems like he's falling apart a little bit, but this was the big mana.
A player's forces are under attack.
And his expo is up. There is a chance, especially since priests are all getting killed. Usually, the longevity in fights is the big key asset for the human. And priests have a lot to do with that. Priests are also far away from the Archmage, which means they are not benefiting from Brilliance Aura, which means they have fewer mana. But we still need kills on FoCuS' side. The pickaxe battle. The proletarians are fighting each other. Oh boy, and Infi, this position is not beneficial for you. The first chain lightning of the game wasn't spectacular. This one gets a rifle off. Bare knuckle box fight. FoCuS stemming against defeat with a 10 food lead. Infi with the surround on the radar. Lovely done. Grunt wins the fight over the rifle here. But another radar. Okay, this was the surrounded radar. What about the longevity of humans in the fights now when your opponent is on 2 bases and you are not? Mountain King, the X Factor, still so much mana, close to level 4. TC is begging for a little bit of an XP donation, can't really get it. Love how the individual units are fighting themselves. But this is a TC down in the dirt, is it not? There's no source of healing available, no heal self whatsoever. And with all these units hurt and unable to fight, Infi is breaking through. This push is successful. And this grunt is a dono. Very much so. FoCuS has to catch up 15 food. And there might be one last ditch effort. Ah, FoCuS sharking for reinforcements. Misses the rifle priest combo by a second. Infi brought all his workers. This was a heavy commitment. And it just barely works out. We do have 3/3 heroes on the orc side now. Armor type is pretty beneficial for FoCuS, but raiders also on themselves don't do much damage outside of priest, and that's what they're chasing right now. Level 4. Infi has a tough time rebuilding without the lumber. So far the trades are still relatively even. The creeps are waking up, which makes this a bit weird. But the TC is being caught after that storm, trying to free himself, the wolves, to an attempted rescue. But sometimes that doesn't work. And without the cow, there's no wow. And with that, Infi wins the game. Another 3-map series for the Iceman. Not feeling the pressure at all. Playing a fantastic Echo Isles. Yeah, apologies everybody. I hope we didn't miss too much. I'm pretty sure the Doyu site is still coded in Flash, so this always takes some time. With that, we don't have in-game sound, unfortunately. It is what it is. FoCuS 1, Infi 1. We got a Farseer once again. We got an Archmage once again. Infi went for the lab creep, got the flute, which is amazing. And FoCuS not interrupting this apparently. Everything is quite heard at the 3-minute mark. So as you see, we didn't miss much. Text progressing. Infi goes for defend. So probably once more a level 3 creep route that FoCuS was really strong against on map 1. And it is his map choice now as he won the neutral map. And with that, Infi maybe going for more of a risky play. Trying to dribble around the Orc army, which is holding the fort towards the Orc base, as everybody knows how strong these big base pushes are. And Archmage, with mana, only on level 1, but with mana, makes his way into the Orc base. Can backstab a little bit where FoCuS must move the Grunt to, actually. Last hit, level 2, exchanges it for a couple of HP. And Infi not going for the base where he could have sniped the burrow. Huh. He could have stopped the TC. I'm not sure where it was positioned though, since we haven't seen the main in quite a bit. Was Infi really of the opinion that it's not enough? Was it out of range? With that, we kind of reach level 2 and tier 2 at the same time. We see a lot. We will see Shaman. We got a TC versus Mountain King encounter once again. And defense is up against Headhunters. Yeah. I would be extremely surprised to see a Panda once again. That did not work at all. It's a different build by Infi. It's a 2-farm tech without the level 3 creep route. Shop is up, healing coming, and now level. Mountain King, off we go. The first real encounter, I would say. With one of the meta builds. We had some on Echo Owls. On Echo Owls, FoCuS lost the big consumable. Now he's at the marketplace. And he will get the consumable. It is a big invul potion, which can also be very great. An Archmage on the way to level 3. Farsi on the way to level 3. My god, this is as even as it gets in the mid game between the two races. Factions. Infi is playing very defensively, you know? Rifle Priest, of course. A successful militia push got him the game on Echo Owls. But I think FoCuS level-wise, looking better, goes for Wolves 2 over Chain Lightning 2. And the fight execution by FoCuS was really outstanding. Like, how he was pressuring Priest the entire time. Storm bolts around in the middle of the game! That hurts. Invo Potion has to be consumed. This means the TC can't use it in the follow-up fight. He gets 2 footmen for it. Stays on the map, active on the map. Got the replenishment potion, which is sweet. And Shaman are coming out as the big weapon versus Water Elementals. And of course, crowd control, not too bad either. Turtles are falling. That is level 2 for the TC. The Mountain King, 0 XP. He forced the big Invo Potion, and now it's a little bit of the question though, right? He wanted to get rid of shop control to get the heal scroll Invo Potion for himself. But now that didn't work. And the TC is 1 level ahead. We'll see where this is going. No TP on Infi, no consumables on Infi whatsoever. Heal scroll, health stone, and lots of chip damage on the Farseer. Don't underestimate that. This adds up. Lots of damage over time. Lots of mana additionally as well. And TC is level 3, far ahead of the Mountain King. But Mountain King is tanky. Gets a lot of additional items for armor and for evasion. Front brute strength. Went of mana stealing as well. Fantastic. And now FoCuS with the second base. Off we go. The distraction fight. We've seen it many, many times. Cage, thank you for the sub.
Hi, my favorite caster of all time.
Aw, you sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is amazing, mate. Feels good to hear that. Infi has to break through this position. He has to go for the Town Hall. Great Hall, even. Nice snipe. 2.8 Mountain King. It is the big mana though. The story of this best of 3. Big mana potions available on one side. This is such a mana superiority now on FoCuS in a matchup where that would usually go to the human. Oh my god. This is again looking like a desperate push by Infi. He got a heal scroll, he got an invul potion. Yep, he got the Mountain King to level 3. There's a lot of check marks on the list. But here's Lightning Shield Stomp in the middle of it all with Lightning Shield on top. Oh my god. Big Dispel now, but maybe too late. Purge on the Water Elemental, which is supposed to be the damage dealer. Kodo, super safe. I'm not even sure if it snacked already, and now it did. Looking really, really, really good. We still have a usage of the Wind of Mana Stealing. We used the potion, and I think Infi is getting completely stomped in the ground now. These Chain Lightnings are so good on level 2. The Storms always hit Epicenter perfect, and Infi's push is stopped in his tracks. Archmage has a TP, alright. But it's not on the back of an expansion or anything. This is one more exit kill on a priest that's supposed to bring stability, which it can't anymore. And Expo is up, and that is 2 base FoCuS with 4 and 3 heroes. Couple more losses, but that is also due to consumables. First and foremost, the big mana potion has a value of like 400, and the Wind of Mana Stealing as well, or 300, something on along those lines. And now FoCuS is to saturate that Expo, and then he's fine. The Focus Pocus emote goes strong in the chat. And Infi has maybe one more push in him. Heal scroll by FoCuS. Last hit by FoCuS. New item for FoCuS. Has to use that health stone. Does so. That was some rapid fire on that inventory kill. And now Orcs should have the more explosive army, but we have a mana potion as well. Infi, kitchen, sink, push. TC is getting nuked over and over and over again. The Raider close to dying creates a little bit of space. The TC should be safe. And that was every point of damage that Infi has thrown at the cow and not succeeding. With still an invul potion here. At the same time, Kodo was suffering, Raider is suffering, and the Mountain King will be forced into a mana potion soon. How fast can FoCuS recover? How fast are the heal wards, heal selves? Level 4 Archmage, never underestimate. And Snare though, or gets blocked by a Water Elemental, hits the Stomp, hits the Chain Lightning, and that is the kill, and that's the mana aura gone. And without that, what can the Mountain King really do? He can solo level now, but he's far, far away from level 5, which would be a game-winning spell, maybe. But look at him go, man. The Horde is running. There's a lot of momentum on FoCuS, who will end up 3-1 in the group stage and 1-on-1, showing once again what a phenomenal team mode player he is. Whether that's 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, FoCuS delivers. The only loss was to Lin, and that is a loss you can take any day of the week. Infi fighting strong, but he will end up 2-2 in the group stage. And for a first pick in a draft, I think that is not enough.